the Coaster Phone, and in today's video I'm going to use Google Earth here to show you how you can ride all the coasters and all the thrill rides in one day at Cedar Point. Alright, so I'm going to kind of give you a roadmap to how I'm able to do this on a busy day, and it's even good for a day that's not busy because it's going to allow you to make the most of your day. A lot of people think that you need multiple days in order to ride all the coasters and all the thrill rides, or they think that you need Fastlane Plus, and I'm here to tell you that no, you don't. That's fake news because I do it all the time. There's a lot to do and there's a lot of ground to cover. The park, can be a little intimidating. A lot of people just don't know where to start. But I've been going here since 1992. I know the park inside out like the back of my hand. And, I've developed this, roadmap, this strategy for me to get the most out of my visits, and I'm eager to share it with you. So the first thing I want to talk about is early entry. Early entry is just what it sounds like. You get to enter the park early, before other guests, an hour early actually. So for example, let's say the park normally opens at 10 o'clock and let's say closes at 8 o'clock. With early entry, you get to enter the park at 9 o'clock. And for a full hour, basically all the rides that are open during early entry have little to no wait. So the first thing you have to do is find a way to get early entry. And the ways that you can do that are by having a Platinum Pass, having a Cedar Point Season Pass, or staying at one of the properties that Cedar Point owns. So either Hotel Breakers, right here, that's on site, or one of the off-site hotels, like Castaway Bay, which is right here, just down the road, and Breakers Express, which is right there down the road also. And I think there might be a couple other hotels that you can stay at that will give you early entry. Check their website to make sure, but those are the ones I know about for sure. When you show up for early entry, what you have to do is not park in this front parking lot over here. Follow the perimeter road all the way around the peninsula to the back of the park, and park right here in the Cedar Point Shores parking lot. By doing that, you'll be close to the resort entrance right here, and this is where you want to enter the park, because the first rides that you're going to want to go on during early entry are back here in the back of the park. And if you enter right here, you're going to have much shorter distance to walk in order to get to those rides. Okay, so enter through this entrance right here, and at rope drop, what you're going to do first is go ahead and walk down the Gemini Midway. So you're going to come out here, make a right at Top Thrill Dragster, walk along the Gemini Midway, the Gemini on your right, walk through this midway, cross over the railroad tracks, then you're going to be in Frontier Town. Stay to your right with all the shops and the buildings and the restaurants on your right. Just stay to your right, stay to your right, and then you're going to make a little right hand turn over here, cross the railroad tracks again, and the first ride you're going to ride is Steel Vengeance. This is going to be the most popular ride in the park. If you ride this first for early entry, this is going to be when the line is at its shortest. So it might be like a 15-minute wait, maybe shorter. Go ahead, ride that ride first, and then what you're going to do is, let's see if I can use the path feature here so you can see. So after you get off Steel Vengeance, what you're going to want to do is cross over the railroad tracks again and make your way to Maverick. Okay, Maverick is going to be the second ride that you're going to want to ride because it's probably the second most popular ride in the park. Alright, there shouldn't be any wait for Maverick. Once you get on, It's going to let you out right over here, right by Chick-fil-A. Also, I want to say that during early entry, this is not a time really to sightsee or to look at the scenery or look at the flowers or anything like that. You really want to get a move on, because you want to get on as many of these big rides as possible in that first hour, so that it can set the tone for the rest of the day. Because if you get on these rides, you're knocking out some big rides and some big lines right away. So after you get off Maverick, what you're going to want to do is make your way down the path here, and you're going to want to make your way to Millennium Force. Alright, down the Frontier Trail right here, all the way down to Millennium Force. Okay, the entrance is right here. Millennium Force should not have a big line at all at this point. So when you get off, early entry should be over. So it should be, let's say you started at 9, let's say it's 10 o'clock. They're just now going to be letting the general public into the park. So at this point, what you want to do is make your way over to Valraven by crossing the railroad tracks, staying to the right, and going down to the main midway here. Okay, so just because, keep in mind, just because they're now letting the general public into the park, that doesn't mean that all the queues are going to fill up right away. Okay, Valraven should have no more than a 15-minute wait, maybe less. So if you get on that with a 15-minute wait, you're doing good, because this line can back up to about an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and a half during the day. So after you get off Valraven, what you're going to want to do is make your way over to Top Thrill Dragster. So you're going to want to go back to the main midway. Then you're going to want to walk under Corkscrew. And you're going to want to make your way to Top Thrill Dragster. Okay, which of the entrances right there. Now, keep in mind, some of these rides are unreliable. Like, for example, Top Thrill Dragster is very unreliable. So that's why you want to get to it early right now. Because if it is running at this time, it could go down and then you might not get on it at all. Same thing with Maverick. Maverick is kind of unreliable too. And, don't worry. Let's say, for example, that, after Steel Vengeance, you go to Maverick and Maverick is down. I have alternative plans later on that I'll tell you about if one of these rides is down and you can't ride them in the order that I'm talking about. Okay, but for now, let's just pretend that everything's running smoothly and everything is going good, so that you can get on all these rides in the order that I'm talking about. Alright, so after you get off Top Thrill Dragster, what you're going to want to do, if it's something you want to do, you're going to want to get on Power Tower. Power Tower is right next door. So you're going to get off Dragster right here and just make your way over to Power Tower, okay? So then after Power Tower, you're going to have a few coasters in a row here that should not have long lines. Okay, so right next door to Power Tower is Corkscrew. So you're going to get off Power Tower. Corkscrew is right here. You get on Corkscrew. Shouldn't have a long line. It should be a walk-on, actually. So you should be able to walk on and walk off. Then you're going to go up the pathway here north towards Magnum XL 200. Alright, and Magnum at this time in the day, again, should not have a long line at all. So you should be able to ride this without a problem. Alright, it'll let you off right here. Now at this point, you're going to be back where you started the day, at the resort entrance. You're going to go back and go back into the Gemini Midway, and if you want, you can ride, what's this ride called again? I forgot. Pipe Scream. You can ride Pipe Scream over here on the left at this point if you want. I actually don't even consider this a thrill ride. Definitely not a roller coaster, but If you want to ride it, this is the time in the day that you should try to get on it. Then after that, you want to make your way over to Gemini right here. Again, Gemini should be a station wait, nothing more. After you get off Gemini, you're going to want to cross over the railroad tracks again into Frontier Town, but this time you're going to want to stay to your left, and you're going to want to get on the Cedar Creek Mine ride. Again, should not be any more than a 5-10 minute wait for this ride at this time of the day. So then when you get off that, well, they're going to let you off right here, and you're going to be right by Skyhawk, the big SNS swing and swing, or scream and swing. And you definitely want to get a ride on that. In my opinion, that's the best flat ride in the park. All right, so after that, it shouldn't be any more than noon. All right, 12 o'clock is is the time that it could be right here, and honestly, that's a conservative estimate. All right, I've gotten to this point sometimes at 11:30, even 11:15. But depending on how fast you move and how big your group is, 12 o'clock is probably what you're looking at this point in the day. Okay, so now when you get to this point in the day, you have some choices as to what you want to do. If you're someone that likes water rides and it's a hot day, the Thunder Skyhawk is right next to Snake River Falls, which is one of the main water rides here, thrilling water rides. And it's also right next door to Thunder Canyon, which is the other major water ride in the park. So if you like water rides, now is the time to get on them. If you don't, now is probably a good time to eat too, because here's the swing, and here's the water rides. Chick-fil-A is right here. There's a pretty good pizzeria right here. There's some good hamburger places over here, and there's a smoke shop over here. So there's really good places to eat. So after you get something to eat, or after you ride the water rides, if you want, what you're going to do is make your way down the Frontier Trail again, and you're going to ride the floorless roller coaster Rougarou. Alright, so you're going to go by Millennium Force, cross over the railroad tracks, but then you're going to go to your left. Alright, and you're going to get in for Rougarou. And Rougarou, again, shouldn't have much of a line, if any. It should be a walk-on or a station wait. So again, you shouldn't be waiting very long for that. After Rougarou, you can make your way back down towards the main midway, and you can ride, I went too far, and you can ride Iron Dragon, okay, right here, the Aero suspended coaster. Again, shouldn't have much of a wait for this ride at this point in the day. Should be a station wait, maybe 15 minutes at the most. Most of the time it's a walk-on. Okay, so after you get off of Iron Dragon, what you're going to want to do is make your way down to the main midway again, and we're going to start knocking out some of the rides in the middle of the park. So you're going to want to go down this main midway here, then make a left right here, the first left, and that's going to take you to this group of rides right here. So we got Windseeker right here, we've got Wicked Twister right here, we've got Gatekeeper, and then we have excuse me, Max Air, the Frisbee ride. So if you want to, I would hit Windseeker first because it's the first ride. Then you can come over and you can hit Wicked Twister. Again, Wicked Twister hardly ever has a line, so you shouldn't be waiting at all for that. Then you can come over to Gatekeeper, and now this is when the lines are going to start to get a little bit longer. Gatekeeper, could be as low as 15 minutes, but it could be as high as half an hour. Depends how busy the day is. But, you're doing great right now anyway. So, You know, it's a ride worth waiting for. It's a good ride. You know, 15-20 minutes is probably the average wait time at this point, but you know, obviously it depends on what day you go. So after you get off Gatekeeper, you know, Max Air is right there. Get on that frisbee ride. Then you only have 2 coasters left in the whole entire park, and that is Raptor and Blue Streak. In my opinion, it's probably best to hit Blue Streak first. Then you can Blue Streak, honestly, never really has that long of a line, maybe 20 minutes at the most. And then you can come over to Raptor, and Raptor was probably going to be the ride with the longest line in the park so far. You know, this could be anywhere between 20 and 45 minutes, maybe even an hour. But again, this is the last coaster of the day, and it shouldn't be any more than 4 or 5 o'clock at this point in the day. So, I mean, I've done it many times before 4 o'clock. So, I mean, again, it depends how fast your group moves. But after you get off Raptor, you will have done all of the thrill rides and all of the roller coasters. So again, this would be a good time to eat. You know, there's that new Hugo's Italian restaurant in this area. You've got the walking tacos over here in this area. Some decent food options over there. And then obviously, honestly, you have the rest of the day. You know, let's say the park closes at 8 and you finish at 4. You know, you got 4 more hours to do whatever, re-rides, or, you know, just to visit some of the smaller family rides like the Ferris wheel. Or if a ride was down before, like for example, let's say in the morning Maverick was down and you didn't get a chance to ride it, well, now's a good chance to ride it. The line will be long, yes, but you'll get on it. Alright, and like I said, you know, you would have ridden all of the thrill rides and all of the coasters in one day. And you know, so a lot of people plan for 2 days and get Fastlane Plus to do that, but I just showed you how you could do it in one day. And honestly, every single time I go, you know, I go on real busy days in the summertime, and I'm always able to do it. Now, if you're looking to, you know, like do the water park and do all of the rides at Cedar Point and all of the coasters, or if you're looking to get multiple re-rides on everything, yeah, you're going to need more than one day, or you're going to need Fastlane Plus. But, you know, if the goal is just to get on everything once, you definitely can do that in one day like I showed you. Alright, so thanks for watching the video. I invite you to subscribe if you'd like to see anything else roller coaster related. I plan on uploading a video at least once a week. So until then, I'm the Coaster Caphone. Ciao, everybody.